guys, welcome back to the Three Lotus Tarot. I'm sorry that I have been missing for so long, but travel tends to get in the way of life. Yes, I really just felt like I needed a break, and so off I went, and I had a good one, I had a long one, and I know that you guys are probably looking forward to some readings, and I am going to be doing one very soon for perhaps what's coming around the corner, what's up in store for you, or if you have any particular topics you'd like to know about, let me know in the comments, okay, and then we can attempt those readings. But for now, I mean, the greatest news, the biggest news that has happened is that Celine Dion, woo! Celine Dion performed at the opening performance of the Parisian 2024 Olympics, and of course, some of us who are her fans might know that she has been suffering from stiff person syndrome for quite a long time, and she's not been out there performing since 2020. But today, well, not today, 2024 July, she is back in action in Paris. Even her the confirmation of her performance was not really given out to people. Perhaps it was just like, to make sure that, she really felt like she was up to it to sing before she let her fans know that she was going to be performing. So she didn't want to not feel up to it and then disappoint the people, right, her fans. So I just want to get some reading, some insight, some knowledge into how she felt, what was the energy. And of course, by now we also know that the Paris opening performances are being lambasted in the media for some stuff that they did that people just felt was not right. Part of which was that it seemed like they made a mockery of the Last Supper with Jesus Christ in it. So yep, that's another reading that I will post very soon. But for now, for Celine Dion, I'm going to be using the Arcanum Tarot deck. And I had prepared the Arcanum Tarot deck, but for Celine, I just felt like the Tarot of the Golden Wheel was more apt. So that's what I've got today. And I've also got this plate, this beautiful decorative plate in the middle here. And I'm sorry I had to turn on my light because it's getting dark here on my side, so you might not be able to see the really beautiful cerulean different colors that are in this resin plate. But I wanted to put some main cards here on the plate to give us the main energies of Celine Dion. Can we find out, please, my guides from the universe, light and source angels, and my higher self? Can we tap into the energies of Celine Dion, please, as she performed in the opening ceremony for the Paris 2024 Olympics? Okay, what was Celine Dion's energy as she performed at the Paris 2024 opening ceremony? What was Celine Dion's energy? What was Celine Dion's energy? So as these cards come out, I've got like so many feelings that have come out, and they're all different. Okay, so these are the three main cards that have come out for Celine Dion, and I will walk you through all three of them. Okay, these are the main energies of Celine Dion. So first of all, we've got the Four of Swords, and I will say that when she was on stage, when she was singing, she felt at home, she felt at peace. Look at the contentment, the serenity of this person here, surrounded by poppies. There's that euphoric feeling that she had. We all know what poppies make, right? So there's that euphoric feeling, like really high. Celine Dion was really high when she was performing on stage, and I don't mean Okay, I'm sorry, let me clarify that. She was high with excitement, she was high with joy, she was high with the passion and the feeling and the spirit that she really was feeling as she performed on stage, you know, and she really felt at home, like she had come home. And this is where she is most at peace. This is where she feels most serene, most secure, most comfortable. And that's why you see the Four of Swords. And not that she's going to take a break, not that she's on pause, which normally might be the symbolicism of the Four of Swords. But like I said, you know, she had these major feelings, these three major feelings running through her, coursing through her. Okay, so really high, really happy, really at home. She felt like she could close her eyes and she could do this forever. If anything happened to her on stage at that point in time, if she was to leave the earth at that point in time, she would have been happy. And we know that Celine Dion had said, you know, I will do anything to come back and perform. If I can walk, if I cannot run, I will walk. If I cannot walk, I will crawl. And she did exactly that. She has come back. She worked so hard every day, apparently, working with, you know, physical trainers, working with vocal trainers as well, because I think like, I don't get the documentary here where I am, but I've seen snippets of her documentary, so I know she said that, you know, like with her stiff person syndrome, like she feels like her vocal cords are being, you know, like squeezed or suffocated, that sort of thing. So she would of course find it very difficult to sing, right? Because the vocal cords can't stretch and be manipulated the way they would need to be for her to sing her songs. So it was truly coming home for her, and she felt like, I have done it. There's this great peace as well, this great contentment and satisfaction and fulfillment, and she appreciates it. Okay, she doesn't take it for granted. She appreciates that high and that lovely feeling. She absolutely enjoyed herself. She absolutely loved what she felt on stage. We also have the Eight of Swords here. So there was I think some parts which were still hard for her to take on, because she's not cured, right? She's not cured of stiff person syndrome. At this moment, I don't think there's any cure at this moment in time. There's no medical cure. So there were maybe some adjustments that she had to make to the song, some adjustment that she might have had to make to her performance, how she would have done it in the past versus today, where she is now medically, physically, and also I would say emotionally, or I think there's a bit of fear as well, you know, I can feel that. And when she makes these adjustments, while she is truly grateful for the fact that she can actually be on stage and sing, which is her greatest love, she recognizes the difference between how she has to do it today and how it would have, could have been done in the past, you know, before she was so wrecked by stiff person syndrome. So she feels it, she feels the difference, and there is that sadness, there is that fear as well, like, you know, am I really up to it? Will I be able to hit the notes? Will I be able to do what I plan to do during the performance? Because obviously I think the I don't know if you call them seizures, but this oh my gosh, what is that word, the squeezing, she has a word for them, but they can happen at any time. They can afflict her at any time, and she could go into like, okay, you know, not being able to sing, not being able to function very well, sometimes perhaps not even being able to breathe very easily. So there was that fear, but I think that beyond that fear was the acknowledgement that things have to be a little bit different, adjustments have to be made, but you don't see the swords completely encircling her like what we might see in the conventional Eight of Swords. So we don't see them encircling her. So she's found a way out from among the swords, and nobody's doing this to her, right? So very, 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 very apt of the Eight of Swords to come out. Nobody's actually doing this to her, nobody's stopping her, but it is her own body, it is her own self that puts these swords around her, so to speak, right? So she feels that difference, and there is a little bit of sadness there. There is definitely anxiety and fear and nervousness of, will I be able to go through with it? Obviously now we know that she has gone through with it, but also during the performance we see the Queen of Wheels. This is beautiful. This is the Queen of Pentacles, right? So we see her in her greatest element, in where she feels she is in her greatest element as well, on the stage, singing, looking beautiful, looking amazing, doing what she loves best, and giving back to her fans who have supported her all this time. We know that she feels a lot for her fans, so she really feels like the queen of the night. And the Paris 2024 opening performance, I guess, like, is a great comeback performance for her, right? Because it's got a captive audience of like millions and millions and millions of people around the world. So it was truly like a breakthrough night for her, and I think she felt every bit as golden, as alive, and as vibrant as this card is. So these were the major feelings that she went through. One, for herself, you know, how she loves and is passionate about singing and being on stage, doing what she loves best. One, for herself. One, acknowledging the past versus the present, how different it is now. But also just then that other feeling of her person, like she's not that person entrapped by the stiff person syndrome. She is Celine Dion, you know, world-class, world famous singer. She felt beautiful, she felt like she did a great job, she felt like she gave back to her fans. So these were the three major feelings that were running through her head, running through her mind. Let's put this here so you can really see the cards, because I know just now the light was shining off of the Four of Swords. So I'm gonna keep this here so that you can remember the major overarching feelings for Celine Dion. Okay. So let's ask a few questions. Why didn't Celine Dion want people to know that she was performing? Why didn't Celine Dion want people to know that she was performing at the Paris 2024 Olympics opening? Why didn't she want people to know? Why didn't people know? Am I holding the deck upside down? No. So this came in the reverse. So I only take the reverse when I'm reading about a particular energy. I don't do it in my collective readings, as you might have seen before if you follow me. I hope you do follow me. If you don't, it really costs you nothing to, let's put this out, costs you nothing to subscribe, and you get lots more readings like this one, as well as like pick a card readings for yourself. Okay, so if you'd like this reading, please do give me a follow, and do give the reading a like as well. Let's see. Oh my gosh, look at that, the deck is in order, but all three cards came out in reverse. So why didn't Celine Dion want people to know she was performing. So we've got the Fool, a new start, a new beginning, you know, casting worries and anxieties to the wind and just jumping off the edge and taking risks, taking chances. Haha, see, that was the name of one of her albums, right? But it was in the reverse, so there was a bit of a fear that she might not have been able to do it. There was a bit of a fear. There might have been some episodes or some incidents that caused her to perhaps decide not to release the information to everybody that she was actually going to be performing. There was also the Sun in the reverse, so a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety. I did get a message that, you know, something may have happened, like a really quite a serious incident might have happened when the negotiations were in place, and that made the happy event become a little bit of a more fearful one. So they might not have wanted to release, because we know that Celine Dion said, you know, I am like an apple tree and people line up for my apples. If I don't have any more apples to give them, I don't want them to be lining up. So that could be her fear. She knows that she brings so much joy, so much beauty and music into people's lives. But if she can't do that anymore, if she cannot sing anymore, then she doesn't want for people to come and be like, yay, and then be disappointed, right? So there's that fear there. So something might have happened, quite a big incident, quite a serious incident, that made her maybe fear, or her people fear, that she might not be able to do it after all. So that joy bringing in performance at the opening was maybe at some point a little bit jeopardized, and that's why it's in the reverse. We also have the Devil in the reverse. So again, a lot of fear, a lot of baser emotions, right? She wants so much to be there, and she couldn't let go of the fear, or her people couldn't let go of the fear, and that's why there was no announcement made. Okay, no announcement made about the performance. Okay, so let's ask other questions. How did she feel? How did Celine Dion feel after the performance? How did Celine Dion feel after the performance? How did Celine Dion feel after the performance? And let's see whether her emotions change. What was the energy? Oh wow, look at that. That flipped over in the deck. Oh, you can't see me shuffling. Oh, okay, all right. So wow, look at that. This card came out again. Oh, okay, so many cards came out. Let's take a look at all of them. What energies did Celine Dion feel after the performance? So first of all, we've got the Page of Wheels in reverse. Page of Wheels is like a new start, a new learner, right? A protege, but obviously she's not a protege. Obviously she's not learning, but well, she has to learn to do things a little bit differently than before. But she also felt like she's back in her skin, like I am Celine Dion again. Okay, and I'm not afraid. I'm gonna do this, and I did it. You know, so in her life, in the pentacle world, in the 3D world, she really did it, and she was not a newbie at it. She felt like back in her element. Like seriously, she felt like a beautiful star on stage. Everything was balanced. Look at this, everything is perfectly balanced, with the big giant spotlight right on her. Beautiful colors, everything balanced. She's standing there, gorgeous, upright, confident. That's what she feels like after the performance. Great on you, Celine Dion. I'm so happy for you. Also, we have the Fool, which came out in the reverse earlier, right? Because there was that fear, there was that anxiety, worry that perhaps I'm not able to do it anymore. Will I really be able to deliver what my fans want? So maybe a little bit of insecurity, right? Will my voice hold out? Will I will I be able to just do it the way I want to do it for my fans? But then she, after the performance, she feels like, I did it, you know, I'm reaching for the stars, I'm reaching for the moon, and it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. There's that great sense of freedom, and she wants to take flight, right? So I think that's amazing for her. She really deserves it after all the hard work that she's done in trying to get herself back on track and back in physical form, right? Vocally, as well as like really for her physical body. There's also the Three of Wands. Oh my gosh, what was I just saying? Three of Wands, the adventure bringing about that outcome. The Two of Wands is the planning. The Three of Wands is that result coming in, watching your ships come in, the result of your endeavors, the going forward, the stepping forward onto the next step, because you know you've planned it all, you've done it all. Now is that time to take the next step. So again, that hand reaching out, if you'll see the two hands reaching out, she's ready to take the next step, because she's done this. She's ready to grasp the next brass ring, the next golden ring. Or I guess the Olympics is like, you know, the most apt place to do it. So the Three of Wands here, we've got the Three of Wands, and we also have the Knight of Wheels, which is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, the knight who goes out there, you know, joins the battle, slays the dragon, grabs life by the horns, so to speak. So she really went out there and got it, and she after the performance, she look at the cards, you know, it's so different from the cards that we had before, which were all in reverse, right, which were her feelings before the performance. But after the performance, you see such confidence, such joy, such attainment of her ambition. That's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Knight of Wands, which again is that ambition, that goal, and that self-confidence that, you know, I did it. Because we didn't see this before the performance, but after the performance, she feels like she could take on the world, and she is going to definitely, off the success of the Paris performance, she's going to move on to the next step. What's next? She's just aching to go, yearning to go. The Knight of Wands is all about let's go forward, let's, you know, catch the next ambition. Look at that, Ace of Wands, the start of a new story for her, the start of a new chapter, the chapter from 2022 to now to 2024. Before the Paris performance, she's going to put it in the past, and she's going to like start something new. She's going to be that golden rooster, and you're going to hear more and more of her, right? Wheel of Fortune, see, it's changing now from this to this, from drab and gloomy and upsetting and unpleasant to something that's so beautiful and successful and vibrant and lively. Beautiful. Let's see if there's anything else. Two of Wheels. She's got to balance it though. She has to balance it. She is not completely out of the woods, obviously, because like I said, there is no cure at the moment for stiff person syndrome. So she does have to balance it. She has to know what her new parameters are. Just like how she, you know, adjusted her performance now versus the past, she's got to learn how to balance things out. Okay, so this is beautiful. Now, before I end, we're at 23 minutes, but before I end, I've got this crazy question, because I saw this YouTube video which was talking about Celine Dion, who, I don't know, had a new advertisement come out or something, where she's talking about equality of genders, or like, you know, there is no gender. So it was a video where Celine Dion was walking into this like a baby ward, maternity ward, like where the new babies are, where after they're born, and there were blue there was a blue row for boy babies, and there was a pink row for for female babies. And then in that video, she was like, she blew some fairy dust or something, and then all the babies became like black and white. There was no more blue and pink. So and it was like, there's no gender, you know, gender is a construct, and so you can choose who you want to be, boy or girl, or whatever you want to identify as, right? So somebody said that when after this video came out, which they said had elements of devilry and demonic worship and all that, which a lot of people do accuse Hollywood celebrities for, and all that, right? So they said that after this video of Celine Dion's came out, that's when she was afflicted with stiff person syndrome. So it's almost like a punishment, you know, like she went over to the dark side, and so now she got punished. So I just want to ask, is Celine Dion of the light? Is Celine Dion supporting the light or the dark? Is Celine Dion of the light? Is Celine Dion of the light, positive and bright? Let's take a look. 3 of Wands and the 8 of Cups. 3 of Wands and the 8 of Cups. So there is a result of something. Is she of the light? Yes and no. Yes and no. Okay, can I clarify, please? Clarify the 3 of Wands, please. Clarify the 3 of Wands, please. One more card for the... Oh, sorry. Alright, I got these off the floor. So one more card, please, for clarification for the 3 of Wands, please. Okay, this card wanted to come out too. Wow, so many cards. Okay, and what about clarification for the 8 of Cups, please? Yes and no. She is of the light, but also no. Clarification for the 8 of Cups, please. Clarification for the 8 of Cups, please. 2 more cards, please. Clarification for the 8 of Cups. 1 more card, please. Clarification for the 8 of Cups. Alright, so I'm going to leave these cards here. Let's take a look at the 3 of Wands first, for which so many cards came out. I'm going to move these here so you know that they're here, so that we can look at the many cards that came out to clarify the 3 of Wands. We've got the Chariot. So this is for yes, she is of the light, or part of her is for the light, or part of her was, or she was for the light. Okay, because there's a yes and there's a no. She walked away. She moved on. Everything is dark here, even an eclipse of the moon. And yeah, out of 8 cups, 6 cups are turned over, only 2 remain, and maybe the 2 is like that part of her which is not left the light. So 3 of Wands, after reaching the pinnacle of her success, after reaping so much success, this is her reaping the success. So is she of the light? We've got the Chariot, we've got the Moon. Ooh, some unknown stuff. 5 of Cups. Yes, she had a lot of pain in her life. The Hanged Man. Okay. 4 of Cups. Okay, so these are the cards, right? So you see what happened was, and I got some messages as well as I was turning the cups over. So she had a beautiful life. To her, she had the most blessed life, very beautiful. you know, the most amazing successful career, a husband she loved and who loved her, and then, you know, she tried so hard to have children of her own, and finally she did also accomplish that goal. So she saw her life as beautiful. Everything was going so smoothly, so successfully. She was going out to battle. No matter what she took on, she was able to succeed. When we see that with the Chariot. And then something happened that made her so sad. The Moon, stuff that she didn't understand why these things were happening to her, you know, like, yeah, like her husband dying, her brother dying, her, you know, being very, very down in the dumps. And she got so skinny at some point, right? And then there were all those rumors about her having like a young toy boy for a boyfriend and all that. So she got very, very turned around, very confused, and she didn't understand. But life changed from Three of Wands, life changed from the Chariot, life changed to the Moon, which she didn't understand, like a darker, gloomier, you know, I don't know, illusion, what's going to happen. So, and then she was very sad. So when her husband died, especially, that affected her extremely. And then her brother died very, very, very soon after. So all her cups looked like they had overturned. So she didn't understand. She was very, very down in the dumps, and she didn't know what to do next. The Hanged Man, she didn't know what to do next. She felt all turned around. Look at this person who is upside down in the water. She felt like she was all turned around, caught in the weeds, not being able to move, drowning, or being overwhelmed completely. And then with the Four of Cups, she just kept like thinking only from a certain perspective, and she didn't see other aspects of her life. Like maybe she focused so very much on the losses that she had encountered, that she was experiencing. And then so that was the yes part of her is light. She had that wonderful life and career and her family and husband and love, and then things changed, and that led her, she couldn't figure it out, and she kept only really obsessing about one aspect of her life or two aspects of her life and forgetting the other parts. And then that's when maybe she started to turn a little bit. The Eight of Cups, yeah, so we've got the Eight of Cups here. That's when things started to change. And then let's see the cards that came out for her. We've got, firstly, we had the Ace of Swords. A new thing came into her life. Something new came into her life when she didn't know what to do, when she felt that big giant gap in her life left by René Angelil, her husband, and something stepped in. Wasn't a good thing, but a new thought, a new way of life, a new truth came into her life. Look at this giant serpent that looks so angry, aggressive, dangerous. Something new came into her life and bound her in all its coils. Ooh, wow. And Three of Swords, she was heartbroken, and I guess that was the time when she was most vulnerable. That's usually the case, right? When a force or an element or some people want to take you over, this is the best time to take you over, when you are vulnerable. And she was heartbroken, she was vulnerable, she didn't know what to do. She had like René Charles, her eldest son, and her two twin boys, you know, so she felt like she had to handle all three and be that one that was the main family figure, and she had to hold everything together, and she really felt like she couldn't do it. Eight of Wands, so she went from the light into something else. She did begin to believe in something else. She did. Wow, okay. She did begin to believe in something else. So there might be some elements of truth there. So that's kind of scary. It's kind of scary for Celine Dion, but let's see what's in store for her. Okay, very quickly, what is in store for Celine Dion in the future? What can we expect to see from Celine Dion in the future? This one flipped over. Let's get it out. What can we expect to see for Celine Dion in the future? All right, so the first card we have here is the Page of Wands, but it was in the reverse. So I did see just now, right, that we had the Knight of Pentacles, we had the Knight of Wands. She wants to go and get the next thing. Page of Wands, she might not really know how to do it. She's very resourceful, she's very resilient, she's very creative, and she's very much a hard worker. So she's not afraid of the hard work that she'll have to go through, but she might be a little bit stumped, like not really knowing what to do, or the stuff that she wants to do she cannot do somehow. Okay, Page of Wands. Death, there will be a change, there will be a rebirth. I don't know, there might be. Okay, I just got the message of a new album. I just got the message of a new album. Yeah, but it might be a little bit different. You might see that the songs that she sings or the styling of her singing might be different. Or maybe she's not going to sing so much. Maybe she's going to train or teach. Yeah, so there are different things, like, because I think what she really wants to do, she might not be able to get to it. Perhaps not in the short term. I don't know about the long term yet, but not in the short term. But things will change. There will be a change that we will see. And the Ace of Wands, she will figure it out. She will figure it out. Ace of Wands. We got this earlier for Celine Dion as well, where, you know, we talked about the golden rooster, and we will hear her crowing. We will hear her again. You know, she will be reborn. It's almost like a golden phoenix, right, rising from the ashes. So yeah, we will hear her again. But because the rooster crows in a way that's not the most melodious, it might be that she won't be able to sing again the way she used to sing. Right? Oh wow, doesn't this look like a microphone, like this wand right in the middle? So she might not be able to sing the same way again, or she might not be able to sing again. But there will be a change. So let's see if she tries anything else new, like, you know, maybe being a judge on some musical show, or training people. I don't know. She might open a school, maybe. I don't know. But there will be, she won't be able to really get to what she wants to do, but there will be a change, and she'll have a new idea, and she'll start something new. Okay, so that's it for our reading on Celine Dion and her performance at the Paris 2024 Olympics, as well as a little bit about what's next going on for her. Okay, so if you like this reading, please do give me a thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe to the Three Lotus Tarot. It's free for you, and it helps me know that, you know, what I'm doing here resonates with you, so I can do a lot more. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.